Hey, it's Dave Wyman from Danny, Dave, and More, another installment of Football 101, and we're going to look at last Thursday's game against the Packers, and this is a touchdown that was thrown by Aaron Rodgers here, and pretty basic coverage here, but there's some little things about cover one, which is what we're looking at, that you can do to kind of help yourself out, and it's pretty basic though, and what you're looking for is a good matchup across the board. We always talk about personnel groupings. First of all, the first number is the number of running backs, second number of tight ends, and the rest are receivers. And so we have one back, one tight end in Lance Kendricks, and this is called 11 personnel. That means you got 3 wide receivers. So you got across the board Davante Adams, Valdez-Scantling, and St. Brown, Equanimeous St. Brown. And so what your matchups are here, and it's pretty basic. And cover one, there's not a lot of thinking because it's man-to-man. So you just take your guy wherever he goes. And so you got Trey Flowers on him, on Davante Adams. Good matchup. Coleman here on Valdez-Scantling. That's a good matchup. I think Justin Coleman's one of the best nickel guys, inside cover guys in the league. You got Bradley McDougald on a tight end. Definitely a great matchup because you got a more athletic, better cover guy, I think, than their backup tight end. And then Equanimeous St. Brown and Shaquille Griffin. And I know Shaq got beat on a pass down the field. It was actually by Davante Adams later in the game, but he got his arm in there. The ball actually hit his arm, and the guy caught it, so it's not like he got beat. And I don't think it's like Austin Calitro gets beat here either. It's a bad matchup, really, and it's what the offense is trying to get. So what you've got with the rest of the guys, obviously these 4 are rushing here, but Bobby and Austin Calitro basically have what's called an in and out on this running back. So one of you is going to take the running back and the other one is going to probably drop back in the hole. And actually what happens is Aaron Jones ends up just kind of running sort of just a outside seam route. And what happens is that frees up Bobby. So now Austin Calitro comes over here and he's got Aaron Jones man-to-man. And that frees Bobby up, and what Bobby does is ends up dropping and getting a piece of Scantling there and just helping out Justin Coleman a little bit. The guy that really needs to be back here and looking at the matchup is Tedrick Thompson, your free safety. He's the one guy, and we call it cover one because there's just one guy deep. He's basically got all of this. He's looking for the worst matchup. And I don't want to say worst matchup, but the most advantageous matchup for the offense. And what Tedrick does is he doesn't, I don't think he recognizes this, or he doesn't see him maybe come out of the backfield. Or it could also be that, hey, in this formation, we want you to look more to the 2 receiver side. I mean, there's all kinds of different reasons why, but the general rule on cover one is that I'm going to try to help the guy who has the toughest matchup. And that's Austin Calitro right here. And so what happens is he comes out here and he tries to kind of get a piece of him. And within 5 yards, you can jam or, hit a receiver. And he kind of misses on that a little bit. And Jones ends up running outside of him. So now he turns and he's in a trail position and actually has to, he actually reached with his arm and almost got the ball out. But I heard somebody after the game say, well, he got torched for a touchdown. I'm like, he's a linebacker running with Aaron Jones, who on this drive, I want to say he had something like, let's see, he had a 22-yard pass, a 24-yard. He had 61 yards. He ran for 15 on this. He's a very talented player. And all that happened here is that Austin Calitro missed the jam. But in cover one, your free safety, you would like that he would come over and maybe help out because he's free. He's going to be able to double one of these wide receivers, and this, in this case, ended up being the back, and he saw something over on the other side. Again, not blaming Tedrick Thompson because he might have had rules and things that he was supposed to do on the other side, but typically you're looking to help out your linebacker. I thought Austin Calitro did a really good job in this game. He did a couple of things that were missing from the prior week against the Rams. Gap integrity, hitting his gap, doing a really good job in the running game. And then also with some of these deep crossers that they've had trouble with, he's turned and run and looked those guys up and was getting in the passing lanes so Aaron Rodgers couldn't find anybody on certain plays. Aaron Rodgers obviously found some some open wide receivers, but I thought he did a really good job. And actually, we do a segment called Roses and Thorns on our show, and I think Taylor Jacobs made that up. And I gave him a rose because I thought he did a really good job. He's a good, disciplined linebacker. All he did was just miss the jam here a little bit, but he still was able to catch up. And I think Austin Calitro is doing a really good job whenever KJ's not in.